Hi, my name is Jed Nga. I am an international student from Taiwan and the Philippines. I completed my undergraduate studies at Azusa Pacific University in Liberal Studies. Since then, I have enrolled in the Digital Teaching and Learning program with a single subject teacher credential in Social Studies. I grew up in Taiwan and attended a private Christian school called Morrison Christian Academy, MCA. It was through this school that I heard about APU. Growing up, I wasn't the best student and initially didn't have a drive to continue my education. But under the guidance of my family, I decided to apply to colleges my senior year and see what would happen. The summer of my senior year, I flew to California to visit some colleges with my parents. I remember stepping onto APU and taking a tour, and after the tour, my mom pulling me aside and telling me that she felt like APU was a place God had pointed us towards. Sure enough, before either of us knew it, I had applied and been accepted. Since then, I've met some of my closest friends and have had some of the best experiences anyone could ask for. During my time as a graduate student in the Digital Teaching and Learning program, I was able to practice integrating technology into the classroom. The program has helped me develop my understanding of the classroom in the 21st century. As a student in the program, I was able to learn how to use programs and technologies such as Prezi, WebQuest, Google Drive, and various functions on an iPad, such as AirPlay, to supplement my teaching. I was also able to learn how to use specific apps and programs on both my iPad and my mobile device to engage students of all learning intelligences. In my EDUC 511 course, we learned how to integrate various technologies into the classroom and create statements and beliefs, and have the opportunity to develop my personal philosophy of teaching. This was a fun class, and it was a good introduction to the Digital Teaching and Learning program. In EDUC 512, we learned how to create and integrate WebQuest into the classroom. This was a fun class, and it was a great experience learning how to integrate WebQuest and experiment with other videos and other technologies before actually using them in the classroom. In EDUC 514, we learned how to use video software and video editing programs. We were able to practice storyboarding and taking video clips and shots intentionally. This class was really fun. It was hard because I had never done anything like this before, but this is definitely a class that challenged me. In EDUC 515, I learned how to create a podcast, an infographic, and made multiple videos using video editing programs such as iMovie. I was also able to create my own PLN using Twitter. Like EDUC 512, this class had a very practical application. I liked how we made a variety of movies and films, and a skill, like I said, I didn't have before. In EDUC 522, we learned how to create a detailed unit plan and integrate technologies and strategies into the classroom to appeal to Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. I've never made a unit plan this in-depth before, and it was really good to be challenged and try and constantly think of the multiple intelligences. This raised my awareness for that exponentially. In EDUC 525, I was able to create multiple prezis and videos and create a class website using Weebly. I liked the integration of a class website. It made it a lot easier to follow along with the curriculum. I liked the online format of this class as well. It really seemed like AP was practicing what it was preaching in this class. Finally, in EDUC 526, I was able to conduct an action research plan and evaluate my time in the Digital Teaching and Learning program. I was also able to edit and further design my previous unit plan in 522. All of these classes helped me understand how to create effective lesson plans that were aligned with the California State Standards and the Common Core State Standards. By fulfilling the requirements for my observation hours and student teaching, I was able to see how the standards affected the classroom on a day-to-day basis and what the accomplishment of such standards looked like. During my undergrad, I had the opportunity to visit many classrooms. I got to observe and help out with primary and secondary classrooms, as well as help out with private and small group tutoring sessions. These experiences helped me see that teaching was something I really wanted to pursue. I enjoyed it and I learned a lot of practical tips. Working as an undergrad also helped prepare me professionally. I worked as an admissions intern for APU for 2 years, in which I was able to help out with professional interviews, interact with many different people, primarily by giving tours and doing school visits. as well as assist with any administrative duties in the admissions department. Being an admissions intern helped me grow confident in who I was in the professional world by allowing me to see a glimpse of the professional world. Being an admissions intern also taught me how to be professional in many aspects, from how to dress to how to conduct myself in a meeting or presentation. In grad school, I was able to further hone my teaching skills by participating in my student teaching experience. My student teaching taught me so much about my personal teaching style, as well as my personal philosophy on class discipline and education. I have been able to build memories with my host teacher and her students and develop myself as a future educator. During my EDUC 526 class, I created a unit plan for 6th graders that investigated the Warring States period of China. During this unit, students learned about the roots of major philosophies and religions such as Confucianism, Taoism, and legalism. Students also saw how the Qin dynasty united all of China, resulting in the end of the Warring States period in China. In EDUC 526, I was also able to conduct an action research project. For this project, I chose to focus on a sport that I am passionate about, climbing, specifically bouldering. For my action research project, I focused on how I would be able to continue my climbing while maintaining my busy schedule between working, student teaching, going to classes, and doing homework. For this project, I quantified aspects of climbing so that I could track my progress. The areas that I focused on within climbing were strength, endurance, and grade, the difficulty of the climb. By measuring my weekly gains or losses with these 3 aspects of climbing, I was able to closely monitor how my climbing was being affected by my busy schedule. When I look back at my time in APU, it is constantly filled with great memories. From the time I first took a tour to meeting all my friends, and eventually to attending APU as a graduate student. I'm very excited to graduate in January, but I'm also very sad that I'll be leaving the place I've grown to call home for the past 5 years. Thank you for watching.